Greetings, music maestros. Today, we're venturing into uncharted territories with the teenage engineering OP-Z. In this tutorial, we'll discover how to harness the power of DMX and elevate your music to a multisensory experience. Lights are controlled through DMX, which is a standard protocol of communication used in almost every lighting rig from stadium venues to smaller events. This functionality makes the OP-Z easily one of the more portable options to professionally control lights during a gig. OP-Z is capable of controlling and sequenced light rigs of up to 16 fixtures. Diving into channel 15, we immediately notice that is different from any other channel. It doesn't have a transpose functionality but instead plus and will toggle between preview mode and step control mode, allowing us to have a linear preview of the set we are playing and at the same time being able to sequence and record different light movements. Focusing on the knobs, we find the control of the main color that will affect all our fixtures, the secondary color for some special effects, the speed of lights patterns, and the intensity of all our fixtures, allowing us to go from 0 full blackout to 255 full bright. The light pattern mode simply works by pressing the black keys from 1 to 0, toggling between different types of movements. The effects section oversees all the light patterns and are extremely useful to give the extra punch to your performance, or to bridge smoothly between different light patterns or colors. In order to tell our OP-Z how to control our lights, we need to edit the DMX.Json file inside its config folder. To do so, we will need to turn off our device. Holding the track button and turn on the OP-Z. Release the button only when all the lights are green. Only then, we are able to plug the OP-Z to our computer and modify its internal files. The folder hierarchy inside the OP-Z is divided into multiple folders, some containing sample and instrument instructions, while other .json files. At this point, I always prefer to save a full backup of my OP-Z by simply copying and pasting the entire folder structure on a separate folder in my PC. We need to dive inside the config folder. In order to edit the DMX.Json file, we will need to create a copy of the file on our desktop that will later replace the original config file inside the OP-Z. The file presents us with two main sections, Profiles and Config. Profiles is where you give a name to your fixture and write how many channels it requires. Here I'm looking at the manual of one of the lights we will be using later. Once I locate the page needed, I'm able to look at how many channels does this particular fixture have and what they represent. In this example, I'll be using the light in 5-channel mode. Channel 1 refers to red intensity, Channel 2 to green intensity, Channel 3 to blue intensity, Channel 4 only affects the amber intensity in the outer circle, and Channel 5 only affects the white intensity in the inner circle. Now I can go back to my DMX.Json file and report this specification. Inside the double quote, I'll write a generic name. Meanwhile, after the channels section, I should write the same channel we saw in the user manual before. While red, green, and blue channels are known by the OP-Z language, amber and white will need to be assigned in a different way. I personally chose to assign amber to knob 5, the first knob in the second page, and white to the general intensity value. Let's make sure to double check every time you insert a new profile. If the profile does not match the channel structure, the light may not work properly. Once we are sure, we can proceed to insert the profile's name inside the config section. This will define how many lights are present in your setup and in which order they are. In this example, I'm using 4 par LED and 4 LED bar. It's important to insert them following your desired order. In my case, 2 par and 2 bar. Now we will need to define a new fixture, the LED bar. I can use a site called Open Fixture Library. Here I am able to find easy accessible channels list regarding most of the fixture available in the market. My light is a Stereo LED bar 248. Knowing that I choose to use 5-channel mode, I will write a fixture profile with those information only. I will do the same process as before and start to lay out my light order in the config section. Now that I double check all the channels and writing, I'm able to save the DMX.json file and replace the original one inside the OP-Z. In order to unplug my device, I need either to press the play button on the OP-Z or safely eject my device from my PC. The OP-Z will turn on and it will be ready to unplug. Once we complete this operation, OP-Z will be ready to be set up. Now let's take a look at our fixture menu. We want to make sure to set the light in 5 channels mode and in the correct DMX address. 1. To do so, let's navigate in the menu and press Set, Mode and then 5 channel. Press OK to confirm. Now we are ready to change the DMX address. Press the menu twice and navigate to DMX. There we can change the current address to 1. Again press OK to confirm. Now, given that the OP-Z is ready and the light is set at the correct address, we can take a look at how to connect the OP-Z to the NTEC DMX USB Pro and plug our first light to test the setup. We will need a functioning OP-Z, a Kingston Nucleum USB hub, USB-C cable with a normal power supply. In this case I'm using a 5V 2A, a NTEC DMX USB Pro, and a conversion cable from 5-pin to 3-pin XLR. The red end will be plugged to our first light. You will need to plug the power supply to our Kingston Nucleum hub. Then it's the turn of the NTEC DMX USB Pro. I already plugged the 5-pin XLR to the DMX out port, while the 3-pin XLR will be inserted into the DMX IN plug of our first fixture. Once all this step are completed, we can plug our OP-Z to the USB hub and turn it on and test if it works properly with the first light. Hooray! We are now ready to set up the full light rig. As mentioned before, this setup is made of 4 LED par and 4 LED bar. In my opinion, this setup is both portable and practical. I personally use it to light up small venues and open field stages. Here, I'm laying out the main light position and connecting each other from DMX input to DMX output. In this process, I made sure to insert the correct DMX addresses to every fixture. Given the fact that all these fixtures are operating in 5-channel mode, I can easily say that fixture 1 will start from channel 1 to channel 5. Fixture 2 will start from channel 6 to channel 10. Fixture 3 will go from channel 11 to channel 15, and this goes with all the other lights. Here I made a mistake and swapped the address of fixture 5 and fixture 6. I will swap them before the final demonstration. If you encounter any issues during this setup, don't hesitate to leave a comment. I'll do my best to assist you with your situation. Best of luck with your next lighting gig. Big thanks to Teenage Engineering for making it all possible. Ciao for now.